All right. So just put your strap to the side, sit up nice and tall. I'd like you to close your eyes. Feel your body. And let's begin this morning with a moment of gratitude. Just the first thing that comes to your mind and your heart. Meditate on that gratitude. Let it fill up your heart. And remember that gratitude makes what we have enough. So let's take our hands out to the side. Inhale. Look up. Bring your hands together. Exhale. And now chin comes down as we bring those hands behind. Inhaling up. Full range of motion with your neck. Exhale. And if you're not congested, I'd like you to breathe with your mouth closed. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll go one more time. Noticing how your shoulders are feeling. How is your back feeling? Exhale. And now if it can't comfortably touch your hands together, go ahead and take your strap so that you can open up. So now chin is down, shoulders down, drawing your shoulder blades together. And now we'll just let that chin go sideways just a little bit, noticing the change in sensation in your body. Continue with your breath, appreciating both your body and your breath. All right. And now we're going to lift up with your hands as much as you can, comfortably honoring your shoulders. Good. And now we're just going to go to one side, noticing, keeping your hip on the ground and noticing how it feels. So the heart is open, shoulders are back and down, the neck is long, and we're just rocking side to side. And now we're going to start to make a circle, either direction. I would say a medium circle. You're not going to your full range of motion, but you keep lifting up away from the hips. Stop. Reverse. Opening through the heart. Notice how it feels as you go forward and as you go to the side and back. And release. Scoop one arm up. Stretch over to the side. And other arm goes to the other side. Again, keeping your hip on the ground, noticing how it feels. Breathing. And we're going to hold it here. Breathe. Trying to stack our shoulders. Now we're going to drop and let that hand come to the ground. My torso is facing my thigh, and then I'm going to go over to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale over to the other side, holding. Breathing. Dropping the shoulder. Facing my thigh now, and let's drag that arm. Both arms come up, look up. Exhale down. All right, so hands come back behind you. We're going to lean on the hands. If that's a long way, then you have your blocks. You can, or something in place of blocks. Open up your heart, look up. And now we're going to come forward. Put our hands on the ground or the blocks. And now draw the navel in and round. Tuck your chin. This is like a cat and cow from a seated posture. Rounding. Notice what you feel. And come back up. And if you're seated, crisscross like this. Now we're going to unravel and put the other foot, the awkward position. Other foot is forward. Leaning back, open your heart. And while you're here, turn your head to one side and then the other. Deep, complete breath. Back to center. We'll come up tall. Hands come in front. Support yourself. Draw the navel in. Your back is rounding. Tuck your chin. And with your hands, push away from the ground. Good. Push your hands back up. And now we're going to extend the legs out. So I'm going to drop them to one side and then the other. Keep going. I'm going to remove my cushion. There you go. It doesn't matter how far down you get. You just notice. And then maybe each time you feel your stiff joints opening up a little bit more. I'm speaking for myself. Stiff joints. All right, so we're going to go all the way to one side. And now I'm going to bring, my knees are going to the right. And I'm going to take my left hand across. And I'm going to rotate as I extend. And then maybe come to my forearms if that's comfortable. If it's not, just stay up on your hands. So we're going into a twist. With your hands or your forearms, press into the ground, extending your torso away from your hips. And that right shoulder is going back to enhance the rotation. And just breathe, just feel. Remember, we don't want to have pain. We just want to have a sensation that we can sit with, breathe with. All right, pushing through the hands, lifting up. This hand goes back, and now we go back and forth again. I'm just going to pivot a little bit. Again, noticing, are your knees getting closer? Is it feeling different? Now we go to the side again. Both knees connect to the ground. And I'm going to cross over, rotate, lift up, extend. So I'm looking away, not down. And I walk out. Maybe my hands are like this, maybe down. Breathe. Notice where you feel it. Is it more in your back, your side body, in your hip? It's just information. Breathe. Pressing in with your forearms if you like. Taking that left shoulder, rotating it back as your right shoulder comes down, enhancing your twist. All right, bringing it up. Good. And we'll rotate onto our knees. Okay, as always, if you want to put a blanket under your knees, that's fine. Excuse me, Tink. We're going to come out into a kneeling plank. Holding here, draw the navel in. And if you want to go, we're going to stay here for a little while. So if you want to go into your full plank, go for it. Now we're going to shift our weight over slightly and tap our opposite shoulder. Breathe. And you can't help but shift over to one side, but we're going to try to stay centered as much as we can. Just waking up our core. Hands are under the shoulders. Breathing. 2 more taps each side. Good. All right. So you can walk it wide or stay narrow. My shoulders are irritated, so I'm going wider. Draw the navel in, come down slowly. Reach your hands back to your toes. Open up your heart. Lift both feet maybe an inch or two, engaging the whole posterior chain, your whole back body line, breathing. Exhale, hands come under the shoulders. Draw the navel in, trying to bring your belly at the same time as your chest. Shift back. We're staying here just a moment. Noticing as we shift back, what do you feel? Can you press your finger pads down, engaging your arms more? How do your shoulders feel? We're going to come back up again, finding that plank and shifting down and opening up with hands back, reaching. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Shoulders way away from the neck. Now tighten your glutes and lift your toes just a bit. Breathing. This is our locust or Superman pose. Breathing. Remember not to hold your breath. It doesn't matter how far up you go. It's how big is your contraction in your muscles. And release it down. Hands come under. Okay, curl your toes under. And we come up, belly in. We're trying to bring the belly at the same time. This is hard, so we have to practice it. Shift back, whoops, relax your toes. Let's go into child's pose first. Now I want you to shift your ribs past your right knee and then past your left. Remember, if this knee compression is uncomfortable, have two little washcloths rolled up with a rubber band, and you can place them behind each knee, and that will release some of the tension. At least it's worth a try. All right, shifting forward, spread your fingers out, walk your hands out a little bit, curl your toes under, and lift your knees. Pressing against the ground, release it down. Got cat hair on my mat. Once again, push with your hands, push with your toes, lift up, breathing, engaging through your core, and release. We'll go one more time. Go ahead and roll through your ankles. All right, curl the toes under, push, and now release. We're just hovering. As you push with your hands, go out to your finger pads and really press through the base of the forefinger and the base of the thumb. Relax your head. And now push with your hands. Try to get your heart closer to your thighs, stretching through the back and the shoulders. Breathe. Draw the navel in. Maybe one leg straightens as that heel goes towards the floor. And then bend it, and then the other. Maybe you pedal. Breathe. Keep pushing the hips up and away from the hands. And then the knee comes down. Come on up, and we're going to go into a supported camel. So I'm on my knees. I'm going to make fists and push them into my low back, or your heel of your hand with your fingers going down can be going towards the floor. Push in now, shoulders down, open up your heart and breathe. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Make sure you're maintaining your breath. Keep going, no tension. And gently release. Okay, And we're going to roll onto our back. And we'll find our strap right next to us. Moving my water bottle out of the way. Okay. One knee comes in, the other leg is extended straight. I'm pulling with my hands on my shins, or if that bothers my knee, I can hold my hamstring. Either way. While I do this, I'm pressing my hamstrings to the floor of my opposite leg, opening through the quadricep and hip flexor. And now we'll switch, extending right leg, left knee comes in. So you want that right leg straight, maybe even dorsiflexing the ankle so the toes come up towards the knee. Pulling in, pressing the hamstring down to the floor. You most likely can't get it all the way down there. Just breathe. All right, so now we're going to just switch and press down. Keep it moving, and if you want, you can watch. Press through that heel. Press, press, press. Both knees come in, hug tight. All right, now we're going to rotate little circles, maybe 4 inches in diameter, and switch directions. All right, so we're going to put the right foot on the ground bent. Take our strap and place it under the ball of the foot or the instep, and just bring that leg towards you. You can do this without completely locking out the knee. In fact, that's preferable. So if you don't have a strap, you're just holding on to the calf or whatever you can reach. Now we're going to let this right knee, just let it open up to the side. It's still flexed. All right, now we're going to draw little circles. So we're keeping tension on this leg as we draw circles. This is for our hip joint as well as hamstring and calf flexibility. Change direction. All right, so I'm going to, with my left hand, this is my left leg up, I'm going to choke up, and now I'm going to take my right hand out to the side in a T, and I'm going to slowly let this leg go to the side. I'm keeping my right hip on the ground, right shoulder connected to the ground. And if you want to now extend this leg straight, that's fine. Or if you want to keep it flexed, the right leg. Breathe. Deep, complete breath. And I'm going to bring this leg up, switch hands, and now my right hand holds the strap over my left foot, and we're going to go to the left side. So I'm going to move up a little. Soften that knee if you need to, keeping your left shoulder connected to the ground. That right hip may come up. Notice how it feels in your back, on the side of your hip and thigh, your IT band, your hip rotators. Doesn't matter how far you get, you just want to initiate that sensation of opening and lengthening. Once you're in your stretch position, focus on your breath. Right, bending that left leg a little bit, bring it back. And now we're going to release the strap, cross over, so my left ankle goes over my right knee, and I'm going to pull in. I can hold the shin or behind the hamstring. She found it under the bed. All right. So we start with the left leg bent, extend the right, find your strap. Okay, so leg is straight, or you put a little bend in that knee and you gently pull towards you. So if it's comfortable, let this left knee kind of externally rotate from the hip. Go into the left. Breathe. Now let's make little circles. So I'm going to keep the tension on the stretch in the hamstring, but I'm just changing the joint angle with this circle. And rotate. Other direction. Okay, right hand finds the strap. And I'm going to gently, I'm choking up. And then I can let the slack out as it goes gently to the side. Doesn't matter how far. And at this time, you may want to straighten that left leg. Left arm is out in a T or perhaps a cactus to open through the front part of your shoulder. So even though these exercises are targeting the hips and the upper leg, it affects your back greatly. So today, after we're done and you go about your day, think about how your back feels. All right, bring it up gently. We're going to switch hands. So my left hand finds the strap. My right hand goes out. And I'm slowly, with caution, taking that leg over. My right hip can come up, but not my right shoulder. And remember that may be different on this side, and that's okay. That's pretty normal. So deep breath. Make sure your belly and your whole chest are rising with your inhalation. And then completely exhaling.
Line up to get my umbrella.
In and out through.
I mean, my raincoat, whatever this I'm wearing.
Somebody's unmuted.
Did dog ever go out and pee? She hasn't peed yet. The other two have.
Stephanie.
Gabby, I'm serious.
I can hear you.
have to be at my appointment by 8:45, so I'm going to need all the time.
We're gently going to bring it up. Remove your strap. Bend that left leg, cross over. Just so you know, Stephanie, you're unmuted. We can hear you. Okay, cross over, and we'll bring the left knee in towards the chest. Breathe. Release. Both knees come in and maybe rock gently side to side. And gently roll to one side. Help yourself up. And we're going to take the strap for one final move. We're going to hold it out about maybe just a little above your shoulder width. So you're pulling the strap apart, and we're going to rotate very gently. And now take it to one side. You can't see, but I have my strap in my hands. And then the other. Inhale up. Exhale side. Inhale up. Exhale side. Up. And then release the strap. Bring one arm across. Shoulders down. Lifting the crown of your head to the sky. And switch. All right. Inhale. Last thing. Up tall, no matter what position your legs are in. Take your tailbone back. Lift your heart away and allow yourself to do this forward bend. Breathing into wherever you're feeling the stretch. And bring it back up. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And let me know if you have any questions.